Hello everyone and welcome. In today's video, we are going to talk about a very important topic in process safety and emergency preparedness. It's emergency risk assessment. When an emergency happens, time is limited, information may be incomplete, and decision must be made quickly. In such situation, emergency risk assessment helps us understand what is happening, how serious it is, what could happen next, and what action should be taken immediately to protect people, assets, environment, and business continuity. This is not just a theoretical exercise, it's a practical decision-making tools used in high-risk industries such as gas, petrochemical plant, and process refineries. Whenever there is a fire, toxic release, explosion risk, equipment failure, or normal hazard, emergency risk assessment becomes a critical part of the response. So what exactly is emergency risk assessment? In simple words, it is the process of rapidly identifying the hazard, evaluating the level of risk, and deciding the best response action during an abnormal or emergency situation. It is different from a normal risk assessment because in an emergency we don't have the luxury of long decision or detailed studies. We need fast, clear, and practical judgment. So the first step is to identify the emergency scenario. What is the event? Is it a gas leak, a fire, a chemical spill, a power failure, a structural collapse, a severe weather event? The answer to this question defines the direction of the response. The second step is to determine the potential consequences. We need to ask who is exposed, what equipment may be affected, could the situation escalate, could it spread to other units, could it affect nearby communities or the environment. Emergency risk assessment is not only about the present condition, it's also about what may happen in the next few minutes or hours. The third step is to evaluate the risk level. This usually means considering two factors, the likelihood of escalation and the severity of consequence. For example, a small leak of a flammable gas near an ignition source may become a major fire or explosion very quickly. A toxic release may require immediate evacuation even if no fire is visible. A risk that seems small at first can become critical if it's not controlled in time. The fourth step is to decide the control measure. This is where the emergency response plan becomes active. We may need to isolate the area, stop the process, shut down equipment, activate alarms, evacuate personnel, deploy fire water system, use breathing apparatus, inform the emergency control center, or call external responders. The decision must always be based on risk, not a panic. A good emergency risk assessment also depends on communication. During an emergency, confusion can make the situation worse. That is why clear communication between operators, supervisor, control room staff, emergency response team, and management is essential. Everyone must understand the same situation and work from the same information. Another important point is that emergency risk assessment is not a one-time action. It must be continuous. As the event develops, the risk may change. A fire may spread, a leak may increase, the wind direction may shift, a safe area may become unsafe. This means the assessment must be updated continuously and the response must adapt accordingly. In a strong safety culture, emergency risk assessment is supported by training, drills, procedures, and competent people. Teams must practice how to think under pressure. They must know the site layout, the hazardous material, the emergency shutdown system, escape routes, muster points, and the limits of available resources. When people are trained, they can respond faster and more effectively. It's also important to remember that emergency risk assessment is not only for large disasters. Even a small abnormal event can require quick assessment. A minor leak, an unusual smell, a small fire, or a damaged pipe may be the early sign of bigger incident. If we assess it early, we may stop it before it becomes an emergency. So, what is the main lesson? Emergency risk assessment is about making a smart and rapid decision when the situation is unstable and the consequence can be severe. It helps us protect life, reduce damage, control escalation, and bring the situation back to a safe state. In process industries, the best emergency response is not the one that reacts the fastest without thinking. It's the one that reacts quickly with good judgment, clear communication, and the right level of control. Thank you for watching. If you found this useful, stay with us for more practical videos on process safety, emergency response, and risk management. Stay safe.